I should pull up my committee.
You have everything ready?
Um, I can get there in a second.
Okay, because right now is the very beginning of season 2 of Live, Laugh, Love. It's a very exciting day. Also, you could call it Triple L or L cubed. If Live, Laugh, Love is too long for you, L cubed, Triple L, or the L, the big L.
All are
Just
great choices.
eventually will become popular enough where you'll just see someone on the street and you'll go like this and they'll be like, that's the Live, Laugh, Love guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Chris Strife, aka the Triple Crown winner, is here as he always is, as our commissioner to kick us off before we ever play a game post draft to recap what he had said about our draft. So, Chris, take it away.
I thought it was an exceptional draft. As we all know, that was kind of the 10-year anniversary of the Purple Jacket. So it was cool that we were all able to get together in person. First time since high school, I believe.
Amazing.
All of us were in the same spot. I mean, that's pretty special. We had Luke fly in. We had Rizzo
Shout out
drive
to
down.
Luke coming
Shout out to
from
Luke for
California.
sure. And then doing the whole cabin weekend with us. God,
Yeah,
that was a success.
I will say I had the pleasure of being able to drive down to the cabin. It was a little over 2 hours with Luke, just us hanging out, and it felt like it was 10 minutes. Like
Isn't that crazy?
it was great. I realized how much, like, even though we do this a little bit and we text and whatnot, and he was on the podcast last year, and that was great catching up just in the flesh when you're in a car. I forgot to put on music for almost 2 hours. Like I didn't put on music until we were the majority of the way there, and I realized that like we had just talked the whole time
Yeah,
nonstop.
yeah. And you
It
probably
was
haven't
amazing.
talked to Luke in the flesh in what, 12 years? I mean, crazy.
Yeah, isn't
And I
that
feel like we could do
true
that with
pleasure?
anyone. I feel like everybody in this league can kind of step into that and just
Yeah,
like we never left kind of thing.
absolutely, absolutely. It was just extra special that, and it just happened to be flew in into Minneapolis. I could take him from there, and so it really was just a pleasure and an honor to be able to be that person. And yeah, for everyone that went, um, fuck you to everyone that went golfing instead. No offense, gambling was better than
Oh man,
golfing,
there
but
was a
yeah,
lot of it. Yeah, I mean, we had saunas, we had yard
dude,
games, there was
we
heavy
almost killed
drinking.
John.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was. I mean, the whole thing was just a vibe. I loved it.
Oh my god, I would do uh Nick, great cabin. Way to go. Like that
Yeah,
was
thanks
an
for finding
awesome
that for
spot.
us.
Yeah, and then did you he sent me a picture cuz he went back like the next weekend, which would have been just a couple of
Hmm.
days ago, and he caught like a 12-inch not trout but like walleye.
It looked like a walleye to
I
me.
think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, but like we were, walking through that water all morning, and then he catches one the next week that he goes out, and it was awesome. It was an awesome trip.
It was. I want to do that every year. Honestly, that's
I'm in.
huge success. Yeah.
I'm in. Even if it's five of us, I think I'm in.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So the draft happens, of course, Sunday.
Hmm.
And you wrote a great
Thank
draft
you. Yeah,
recap
I enjoy
afterwards.
writing that up every year. Kind of a commissioner draft grades gets
You're
gives you some
wonderful at it.
insight into to how I'm feeling about everybody's teams, and
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
people like it.
you do an exceptional job of fitting a lot of content, a lot of like quirky, fun, very insightful things into a short paragraph, which it's fun to read because then you read it in like 5 minutes and you get everything that you need and it's fun. Everyone gets their grades, but it's not. it's not a huge like, oh my god, I have to read 10 pages of
Right.
like
Yeah. Just
analytics over guys. No, it's all
yeah.
off the
Straight to
dome
the
good
point. Here's
stuff.
what I think about your
Yes.
team, kind of thing. Yeah.
So take me through it. You're first, of course.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, as usual, I nailed it. Um, let's see. I think I had Lamar as my favorite, which I stand by.
Favorite pick Lamar.
I
Yep.
think I'd even go as far as to say that I think Lamar is my favorite pick of the draft. I called Saquon Barkley in this section last year. I think
Okay.
I think Lamar is my Saquon Barkley of this year.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's got a
That's I mean, Saquon Barkley, look at how that panned out last year.
he was good. I mean, he wasn't like
He was good.
yeah, he
I
I
don't think
don't
he
know
was the
that he's
steal of
the
the
reason I
draft.
won. Jalen Hurts is the reason I won, but
Yeah.
Saquon definitely did his part.
Yeah.
Um yeah, least favorite pick, don't have one. I mean, I'm pretty solid top to bottom. I don't know that anybody can really say otherwise. What do you think of my team, Tim? I this is kind of unique in that I don't get a lot of opportunity for people to rate my team,
Yeah.
but since
Uh
you're here,
since I'm here.
you
Since
don't
I'm
need to be
here.
gentle like I was to you.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll get to that. But I like it. Like overall, if Bijan is what people say he is,
Oh, Bijan is what people say he
Bijan.
is.
If he is what we think he's going to be, I think Cam Akers is your make or break player. Where
Yeah, yeah. Cam Akers is a little spooky.
even though he's an RB2, you have Algier, you have Foreman, you have like some other people that could come up in there. Antonio Gibson could be good too. So I think you have it covered, but I also think that he might be like another jewel in that crown that you have, because if he gets the workload that he should, he could be amazing. I
I
think
like
he's been
Antonio.
boomer bust, and it might just be that they, you know, the Rams just didn't use him right, but we'll see what happens.
Well,
For me, yeah, go
yep.
ahead.
And Cam was I believe Cookie took him as like his number one running back last year before he was basically forced to drop him because they weren't using him.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
Cam
I
was
think halfway through the season, they finally started utilizing him as, I would say, like a good RB2.
yeah, and it wasn't even really until like the last 6 weeks. I think I
Yeah.
got him off the waiver wire for like $9. But I mean,
Uh,
coming into that 2022 season, Cam was the guy,
mhm.
and I think Sean McVay he sees that.
I don't personally, I know that Evan Ingram had some good games last year. I think he's super boomer bust, but I think he's probably my least favorite drafted tight end.
Yeah, I
Even
can
though
see
he's
why.
like a
There's a lot of
mid,
balls beating Jacksonville. Yeah.
if you need 10 points from him, you could easily get two, you could get 30. But
Yeah, or you can get
uh
39, which was the case in like week 12 or something.
I know.
I mean,
So it
that's why I drafted him was because I remembered that week. I mean,
but that's the thing,
that's
is if
it.
you have two of those, you're probably going to win that week. And hopefully, like, I mean, Lamar Jackson also is one of those players where injury could be the death of you,
Oh
right?
God, I know. Yeah, that's the one thing I
Yeah.
worry about with Lamar. It's not if he's on the field, we're golden. But God, if
Yeah.
he gets hurt, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I did your team. I am next in this review. So why don't you tell me what you thought of my A- team? By the way, you gave yourself an A plus.
I know. Yeah, I
Mhm.
always do. So
And you're right, at least. What is it? This year number 12?
this is year. I didn't start commissioner until 2015. I don't
Okay.
think
So
so.
that's 8 years ago.
Yeah, God,
Okay.
time. Yeah, time flies.
You haven't
Um,
won 3 times in 8 years.
I think I have.
Oh my God. I think it's longer than that.
Well, yeah, I guess we would have to look back at it.
Because were you commissioner when Molly was in the league?
No, no, that
Where
was John.
and I think we're keeping track since then. And
Yeah,
so
it's kind of a purple jacket era kind of thing.
purple jacket era is a great way to put it. But
Yeah,
if it's 10 years, you're at about 30%.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
I mean,
nuts.
yeah. It's not good for league morale, but it's good for my ego.
Well, I think the part that's bad for league morale is there's 3 of you that have 7 wins out of 10.
Yeah, let's
That's
just.
on us.
So who are the people that don't have one yet?
Yo,
Is it's you?
that's
It's Bestian?
I don't think Bestion's won it.
No,
It's
I think
me.
it's John.
Um,
John somehow is not
does
one.
Luke have one?
No, Luke. So that's
No.
four.
So there's 4.
Yeah.
Because Dale does.
Yeah.
Robbie
Todd
has
Gurley
2.
won. Dale won.
Yep. But I think Meg has one.
Meg won. Yep.
Not even in the league.
Yeah.
Cookie has one. Year
Yeah.
number 3. Um, is
It's
that
just
right?
four
3?
people I think that don't
3
have one.
years for Cookie? Because
This
he
will be
didn't win
this
last
is
year. He
year,
won his first.
yeah, this is year number 3 for him.
Jeez, that
Yeah.
flies. Time flies.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you had given me an A minus,
Yep.
saying that I took the best running back outside of CMC, which if you look
No,
at
outside of CMC and Bijan. I don't know if I
okay.
really hammered
Okay.
that home well enough.
If you look on ESPN right now, the number 1 ranked running back is Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I'm not surprised
Yeah.
ESPN has that. Their rankings are always bad. I
Just
I
saying.
like I like Austin Eckler, but Bijan and CMC are 1-2 where
They are great. I'm excited to see what Bijan does because that truly will be.
dude, if he doesn't lead the team in touches, you guys aren't going to hear from me for like a month.
I like during the draft, uh you take Bijan at 12 and you look at John and you go, would you have taken him on the turn? And John just goes,
You don't know after selling him as like the guy for like 3 days.
you thought that you had tricked John into like a panic attack that he was gonna go at 4,
Dude,
and
John
John
had
had
me on.
tricked you to take him in at
Yeah,
12.
fucking John. John had me on tilt
It was
like round 2.
amazing. It
Like,
was amazing.
I mean, I've talked myself into the idea of Bijan at this
Oh,
point, but at the
oh.
time, I was like, "What the fuck did I just do?"
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to talk yourself into it with the amount of tape that's out there with just like
Oh, definitely.
amazing,
Yeah, Bijan's gonna be
amazing.
legit. But I
Yeah,
went into that thinking I was going wide receiver, and then Bijan's
yeah,
just staring at me at 12 after John passed him, and I'm like, "Do I do I have to do this?"
yeah.
And
I
I,
mean, I think it's a great pick. I think it's a
yeah.
great pick.
But like I
Yeah.
said, if he does, we don't know what it is yet. So if he doesn't lead that team in touches, like you're not gonna hear from me. I'm gonna ghost the Discord.
I'll
I
give you
mean,
James Cook for him.
yeah, maybe in like 4 weeks that'll be a good deal.
um. Also, what did you think about having stickers on like a board draft?
I liked it. I think that because everybody's probably got different rankings out in front of them, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
just like
Mm-hmm.
going down the line with whatever ESPN tells you to do. So I
Yeah.
liked it. It would have been really difficult if you're someone like Rob who didn't bring any papers, but I'm glad that I did.
It was amazing. I honestly, it was probably my favorite draft that we've ever had for the point of like there is no ticker.
Right.
Everyone's giving everyone crap. You get to chant out your guy. You get to walk up and put your sticker on.
Yeah.
And I do
I
think,
did feel bad for Rizzo who drove down and like all of us the energy felt a little low, I think, because we were maybe just so dog tired,
hungover. Yeah.
hungover.
I
But
think
yeah,
they had a ton of fun.
I hope so.
Oh,
Rizzo, if you're watching this, thank you for coming down. I'm
thank
sorry
you.
I wasn't my best self.
He had fun. I was sitting next to him. We had a ball together.
Good.
Um, but what do you think of my team? The Birdtown Bombers.
I
Goat
liked it.
honors.
I mean, like you're one of the only like 3 people I think that made it into that A echelon.
I think you're right.
So yeah, I like your. And this is unique, like I said, because this is the first time I think I've liked a Tim Bernard team that didn't have Christian McCaffrey on it.
Well, that is a third of the years that we've
God, you've
had.
had him on your team a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but he got hurt so many times.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he got
He
hurt.
got me to second once and hurt twice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I forget. Oh, here we go. That's all I'm trying to look at your roster right now.
ETN, Eckler,
I
Waddle,
like BTN a lot
Godwin.
too.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I think that he's going to be. He's a great running back too. He's a great
Yeah,
running
I
back.
don't think you really have any glaring weaknesses, which is why I graded you so high.
I think that
Dak
this.
Prescott. Do you
Yeah,
remember how bad the Cowboys were when Mike McCarthy was calling plays
I
like
do.
5 years ago? It was terrible.
It was.
So
It
I'm a
was.
little.
It was bad last year and the year before.
Uh, I mean, it wasn't as bad as when Mike was calling it.
No, but I mean, like for fantasy purposes, I looked his stats up afterwards because I was just like, huh, Dak
Yeah,
Prescott, like
because he used to be really good.
I think he still can be, and he's not very old. I think he does a good job. I think
Yeah,
everything's there for him to be great. I think that now hopefully they're retooling the offense. I'm willing to take a shot at him. If
yeah.
not,
I think you got good value on him, but
oh yeah.
yeah,
I took him
I
in
over the
like the
years,
last round.
right? Yeah, did you really get him that late? That's crazy.
I think I got
Um,
him. I took a defense and a kicker before I took him.
wow. Yeah. I thought 5 years ago, I would have said you don't need like a good quarterback on your team to like
Mm-hmm.
make it deep. I mean, I'm telling a different story now. After having Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert the year before, I mean, I like having like
Mm-hmm.
elite level quarterbacks on my team
It
to
it
carry the weight.
it is really nice to have not have to worry about the position at all, about the matchup, anything. You just go,
Yeah,
yep.
you just plug and play.
If it's
Yep.
not a
I
bye
know he's
week,
going to
I'm
give me
good.
25.
Yep. Yeah, that's the truth. And as I learned last year and many years before, uh like when I was trying to play the game with who is your brother's favorite quarterback?
Gino?
When I was playing Geno Smith and it was him or somebody else, and I kept on being like, oh, the matchup seems like I should bench him or something, or he has one off game. It was
Hmm.
a nightmare. I lost so many matches by like under 10 because I didn't have the right people in, including quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice just to have that guy.
Yep. Yep. Solid. I would rather be trying to figure out the match for an RB2 than a quarterback. But
Yep.
we'll see if
Agreed.
that's my life this year. So
Yeah. We'll see. Dak could be great. We'll see.
it could be great. I think Hawkinson at fourth round will be the steal of the draft. The
Oh yeah.
Vikings know it. They just gave him a huge wad of money
Hmm.
to be the number probably two, maybe three tight end on the season.
Yeah. Oh,
And
he's going to be great.
I don't think that they're going to use a running back almost at all. I think that it's going to be an air raid pass.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be their
Poor
check down
John.
guy.
Yeah.
Poor John.
I'm just thinking of John drafting Alexander Madison
Maybe it's
because
going to be great.
I agree with you. I don't think they're going to have a whole lot
Hey,
of.
maybe every single receiver falls down on the 1 yard line and Madison just punches in three touchdowns a game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm sure
Maybe.
that's what John's hoping for.
Yeah. Your next person is King of the Hill.
That's Crawley. I liked
It
Crawley's
is.
draft a lot. Because he did what I kind of was trying to do, which is load up on wide receivers and just get like a stud running back and kind of worry about the rest later.
Yeah.
So he got Saquon in the first. Um, that probably should have been Bijan, but I get why he took Saquon. Uh,
Yeah.
Wide receivers are Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, and Kelvin Ridley. Tons of
Hmm.
upside there.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, who I think could be the number one quarterback this year. Um, just with Kellen Moore being the offensive coordinator over there. I'm a huge believer in Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
I think what did I give Crawley? He didn't get an A. Did he get an A?
A-. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
gave us
yeah,
both A-.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. Crawley definitely deserves the A tier here.
You gave him favorite pick, Justin Herbert, just like you're saying.
Yep,
Least
yep.
favorite pick, do you remember?
I think it was Kelvin because I don't know what that offense looks like right now with that many good wide receivers over there. I
That's
don't think it's a
true.
bad pick. I worry a little bit.
We haven't seen him in 2 years.
I know we
2 years.
haven't.
One
Yeah,
for injury, one for gambling. This one's his redemption song or his
wasn't
swan
one
song.
for like mental health too? Like he was just like
Is that right? I
he
thought
got to
that he was injured, and then while he was injured, he got suspended for a year. Like he maybe though. I
I swear there was a receiver that quit on John a couple of years ago because like he got depressed or something.
could be.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up, but I thought that might have been Kelvin Ridley. Or
Personally, I think that he has the best bench, bar none, of anybody.
Crawley?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good bench. Zay Flowers, Jerry McKinnon,
Yeah,
Brian.
I mean, like I have leagues where Jared McKinnon or Zay Flowers is like the next up for my flex. And I guess that
Yeah,
is kind of his team as well, but Ridley, how it should be is like you won't need another flex.
no.
You won't be trying to figure out who to do. But I think so I think McKinnon is going to be, at least I hope, he is such a good running back and so smart at the position. I hope that he gets a lot of work over there. And if not, he actually gets another team where he can be like a number one guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Could happen. He is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I like Crawley's team a lot. He
It's a good team.
targeted a lot of players, it looks like that I was too. I really wanted Devon. I was trying to stack AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I wanted
Mm,
both these wide receivers. Crawley got to Devontae right before he got to me. So I took T. Higgins, but
yeah. Yeah. This next person is actually the on ESPN for our league, the number one percentage, I think 61% for making the playoffs, and has the highest point total for the week projected. It
oh
is
god.
chasing
Is
the
it
purple
Dan?
jacket. Nope,
Oh no, it's Luke. Yeah,
it's
okay.
Luke. Even
Yeah.
though, and I think that's with having I think that is with having, let me look it up real quick. But
Jonathan
it's
Taylor out of the lineup.
but I think he's on his bench and
Yeah.
he still is supposed to get 123 points.
Yeah, that's gross. That's
Oh,
what happens
don't
when you
Hansel
have.
the Hoff is supposed to be 126, but I'm not counting it because he has Travis Kelsey and I don't think he's gonna
I don't think Terry McLaurin's going to play for Dan either. I got Dan in a
play.
good week.
Oh, oh, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, never mind. There's a commercial that just came through because I opened up a different page on ESPN and I was just like, oh God, that was
Oh,
loud.
sorry. No, I have my volume really quiet so I don't wake up
No, no,
Maddie.
no.
I can hear you,
I think I got away with one there.
but
Mm.
nice. So yeah,
So,
Luke's got the number one projected score, huh?
well, if you take out Dan for 126, he's got 123, and
Okay.
that's with having Jonathan Taylor on the bench. But if you look at Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Jamal Williams, Jamar Chase, Mike Williams, Darren Waller, Hopkins, like,
Yeah, that's gross. I
and
don't
that's
love Jamal Williams, but everybody else on this team I can get
oh,
behind.
but that Jamal Williams could have been a starting Jonathan Taylor.
I know that would have been
Are
nasty.
you
Yeah, we're
like if
lucky that
they
Luke didn't
yeah,
luck into that, honestly.
but I mean like I still think he might. Like it's either
Yeah, I
he's gonna
think week
start
5, like I don't know if anybody's gonna beat Luke's team from like week 5 on.
no, like
So read him lose early.
when I was looking at this, I was thinking to myself, okay, Jonathan Taylor dropped pretty far if he got Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Hurts. and Jonathan Taylor, who could have been something. Like, I still probably wasn't going to touch Jonathan Taylor.
I was scared. I was too scared. I had him on
Yeah,
my team last year, and I won despite him. I mean, he was trash.
he was trash, but I was afraid of it because I took a tight end in the fourth. So I think for
Mhm.
like Dan, whoever ended up with, um,
Who got Mark Andrews?
yeah, that's what I'm looking for as well. Like those are the teams. Oh, it's Christian until I fucked your mom.
Uh,
Um which is Cookie. But like us three teams that took somebody pretty early at the tight end position, I don't
mhm.
think that there's any chance that we were touching maybe running back because
Yeah,
it's just going to be a huge hole.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely dead zone running backs that I think most of us were trying to stay away from.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he does have like I don't think he has a whole lot on the bench, but he has an amazing starting lineup.
yeah,
It's crazy how good that is.
yeah. But we
Uh
say this about Luke's team every year, Tim. I mean,
yeah,
it always looks so damn good on paper,
it
and then it
seems
just,
great.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Chasing the purple jacket, you actually gave him your favorite pick was Darren Waller.
I love Darren Waller.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, I think maybe that change of scenery to New
Hmm.
York might have been what he needed. I don't know. I've always been a big believer in Darren Waller, the talent, and I've drafted him on a couple of teams, and he's just shit the bed on me. So I don't know why I'm so
Yeah,
eager to give him my endorsement here, but I like Darren Waller.
I think he's on a really good team. I think the Giants are going to be really good this year.
I think they're gonna be sneaky good.
I
Yeah.
mean, if Saquon is as good as he was last year, I don't think that they have a bad quarterback, and now he has a great outlet, which is Waller. I
Hmm.
mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
Least favorite pick, Hopkins. You said
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee is where receivers go to die.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true.
Well,
We'll see if it
we're
happens to DeAndre, but I mean,
yeah.
history is not on his side there.
Where is AJ Brown this year?
AJ Brown is in Philly.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's always been. Okay.
No, well, he just went over there last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
for some reason I was thinking that he was in Tennessee, not Philly. He's Philly.
yeah. He got
Um,
out of Tennessee and just blew up. Now he's really
yeah,
good. He
yeah.
was like okay in Tennessee.
Okay. Your next one, and by the way, you gave Luke a solid B plus. I think
Oh,
he could
so
have
close.
been in the A minus realm, but I think I
Yeah,
kicked
he
him
probably
off.
could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your
I
next
write those
one,
fast, Tim.
your next one is don't hassle the Hoff. Also, shout out, he hasn't changed his name in I don't know how long.
I
It's
don't know
been
if
don't
he ever
hassle the
has.
Hoff
Yeah, I think
for
that's what he
forever.
came into the league with potentially.
I
We'll
think
have
you're
to ask
right.
him about
Yeah, and I mean, kudos. I think I've changed my name a million times. Not
that.
anymore,
Yeah, you
but
definitely.
I
It was
used
like
to
whenever
change it.
you've been
I
there for
used
you
to
for a
change
while.
it for my opponent until I finally found the beautiful, beautiful name, Uncle Touchy's Puzzle Basement, and then that was for like
For
six
that one.
weeks. Yeah,
That was one
yeah,
of my
yeah, yeah.
favorites.
That was a
Yeah,
good one. Uh, Shout out Patton Oswald.
yeah.
But you have don't
Where did I
hassle the
give
Hoff.
Dan? Because now that I'm looking at it, I hate this team. So it better not be
B.
great.
You gave him a B, which is pretty good, but at the time, I mean, Kelsey might not play, McLaurin might not play. Why do you hate this team?
I think it's just because of the injury bug. He caught the
Mm,
injury bug. I
mm,
don't hate the team on paper, but just
mm-hmm.
with health being an issue, I don't know that I'd be eager to start any of these guys.
Oof.
And then
Yeah.
you got James Conner, who's like going to get hurt at some point. We know that.
I mean,
Um,
you're talking pretty ill of your boy.
yeah. Well, I mean, I gave him a lot of chances, Tim.
You did.
I mean, I
Like
drafted him
three
like two
years.
fucking years in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
a Christmas ornament of James Conner. I
Shut
liked him
up.
so much,
Shut
and
up.
yeah, I have one. It's on our Christmas tree.
That's amazing.
Every
That is
Christmas time.
commitment. That's commitment. What do
Yeah.
you think of Najee Harris this year?
I I worry a little bit about Najee. I know he was really good his rookie year because he got a lot of work, a lot of
Mhm.
opportunities, but I don't think he's ever been that efficient. And now
No, I think it was literally just the amount of touches,
I know it's
right?
kind of like the Trent Richardson thing. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that? How crappy he was after they.
Right. But he
Yeah,
got 25 touches.
yeah,
He
he's great
got
if he touches the ball like 30 times a game.
he
But
got 25, 30 touches at 3 yards a touch, and he would fall in for a touchdown. Like
yeah,
he was more than serviceable.
yeah, we'll see what that looks like. I know that James Warren is kind of starting to tiptoe into starting realm from what I've read on my brief
Yeah.
research on fantasy. But
Yeah.
I know that people are they either love Najee or they really don't.
Yeah.
We'll see what that looks like. I don't hate Najee Harris for where Dan got him. Let's see where Dan got him. I mean, he didn't go in the first round like he did last year, so that's good.
No. No, no,
He
no.
went 34th overall, third round pick. I think that's
That's not
fine.
bad.
Yeah,
That's good value.
yeah, yeah. So I think Dan did fine there. Devontae
Yeah.
Adams. I don't know why I'm so eager to root against that guy because like he's
Mm.
just so good every year. But the quarterback situation's new with Jimmy Garoppolo there now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I haven't really ever paid that much attention to Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know. Does he like to sling it deep, or is he just kind of like an underneath guy?
I think that a he was an efficient quarterback, but I don't know that he was outstanding at like the deep ball. I also think that he was in like San Francisco does not like to take too many deep threat type chances. They like to throw pretty like for Debo over there. They'll throw it 10 yards and Debo will literally break 4 tackles for a long
Yeah,
run. It's
yeah,
not like he threw it 40 yards and like on a dime. So I think that it's going to be more of that super good, efficient, kind of like a Purdy. Purdy is really good at just being efficient and good and clean. It's
yeah. He's
not
a game
like
manager. He
r-
won't make a lot of mistakes, but
right. And I
yeah.
I feel like it's the same way. It's not like you know, for instance, I actually really like Baker Mayfield this year. Uh
Of course you
I
do.
do. That's
Yeah,
why I
I'm
picked him
not
up after
surprised at
the
all to
draft.
hear that.
But the reason being, he has two great, really good downfield threats, and
Yeah,
his coach loves to sling the ball. And so,
who's
I
the
mean,
coach over there now?
it's the same guy that had, uh, um, oh, what's it, uh, Deshaun Watson when he was throwing like 20 picks a season.
Uh,
I don't know what the name is, but when he
I
was
want to say Bill O'Brien. That's the only Texans coach I can remember.
maybe, but like they just love to try to throw for like 6,000 yards a season and just be like, if we throw an interception, hopefully it's on their goal line and we just kind of stop them and they kick it to
Yeah,
us. Like
yeah,
I feel like Baker Mayfield is going to throw 20 interceptions and 40 touchdowns
yeah.
and
That's a
throw
good
5,000
fantasy
yards.
quarterback. I mean, it might
Right.
not be a good real life quarterback, but I'll take
No,
him on my fantasy team any day.
agreed. So that's why he's deep, deep,
Yeah.
deep on my bench. But getting away from the point of Hasselhoff, you said favorite pick, James Conner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
You're
yeah, I
talking
talk a
out
lot of
both
shit about
sides.
James Conner, but
You're
I mean,
talking
at the
about
end of the
out both
day,
sides.
yeah, I mean, I think he's the guy in Arizona. I mean,
Yep. I mean, that's exactly what you said. He'll be a a volume hog until he breaks.
yeah,
Uh
okay, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
yep.
and I stand
Uh
by that comment.
least favorite pick, Terry McLaurin.
Okay, yeah, because he's hurt basically, and I'm a huge fan of Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson is great, but I do think if McLaurin does not end up having very many injuries this year, if he's on the field, I think Adams, Cooper, and McLaurin are
Yeah,
three great wide
yeah, and then
receivers.
Kelsey. Yeah, you know what? That's
And
kind of
Kelsey,
filthy. I'm sorry for
it's
shitting on your
filthy.
team, Dan.
It's
You're
filthy.
this is a good team. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dan.
He's got and Deshaun Watson in Cleveland does really well. I mean, you have to protect that run game. with
Yeah.
Chubb so he can throw over the top. I mean, I think it's a good team. I think B is about right just because if Kelsey ends up missing some time, even if it's 3 games a year,
Mhm.
and Terry misses any time, who are you going to put in there?
Yeah. I mean, you could get Elvin Kamara into your flex after week 3.
Yep. I think
Um,
that's a steal in the draft.
yeah,
I think
I
we're
was
going to be in
targeting
week
him too. I was
6.
really actually that was the maddest that I was at the
Yeah.
draft when Dan took him at round 5 right before me.
Yep. I think that is just like a perfect place to take him. I think 4 is
I
too
think so too.
much.
I think that's about right.
5 is great. And I just feel like he will be a plug and play for the rest of the season. They say that
Mhm.
he looks better than he has in years.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to see Elvin take the field. I've always liked watching him play.
Oh, he's
Prefer it to
yeah.
be on my team, but
Yeah. Johnny Football is your next team up.
what did I
What
give John?
Well, I
I
mean,
felt like
you've
I was a
already
little.
said you gave him a B. You gave
What did I give
Hasselhoff
him?
a
I
B,
all right.
Johnny
I
Football a B.
yeah.
But I think it's because he has your favorite player, Jahan Dotson. You
Oh,
gave
yeah,
him
he's one of them. Yeah, and he's got
y-
him in the flex now. That wasn't the case when I looked last. I think
mm,
he had somebody else. Oh, he had
your
Drake London, and he traded him away. Okay, that's what happened.
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. I think who did he trade him for? Not
Ezekiel Elliott,
Yep. Oh,
straight up.
gross.
That's yeah. Okay, so I remember talking to John on Monday
Mm-hmm.
after the draft, and I was like, "How do you think he did?" And he's like, I can't believe I took Ramondre. And I'm like, yeah, I can't believe you did either. He's like, it wouldn't have been as bad if I would have been able to get Zeke. And so he was so fixated on the
Mm,
fact that he
mm.
didn't have
It is a great
Ramondre's
handcuff.
backup. And I'm like, he didn't tell me he was going to do anything about it, but I suspected that he was going to do something stupid.
I do kind of feel like uh Ezekiel Elliott might be one of those running backs where you keep him as a handcuff and
Yeah.
he's not the handcuff. Like he
Oh God,
stays
that could totally happen because Bill
right where
Belichick's a crazy person.
he's a crazy person, but I could see him being like, hey, Ezekiel Elliott is a bowling ball that can get 5 yards into the touchdown. Like he can just get
Yeah, in
into
like 4 carries, he can get 5 yards and a touchdown.
right. And
Yeah.
so I feel like he's probably going to be like, oh yeah, between the 20s, it's this other guy, but Ezekiel Elliott is our red zone guy only when we're doing like on the 1, 2, or 3 yard line. Like that
Yeah,
might be his job. Like he loves that
maybe.
guy. But then again, if he ends up being the LeGarrette Blunt of this team,
Yeah,
he'll
maybe.
be worth a lot.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why John did it.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's
great handcuff, but I
yeah,
I think that he's going to have the same role that he always has had, and it's not going to be a handcuff. It's going to be just red zone pushback.
yeah. It's gonna be like Mike Tolbert
Yeah,
back in like 2010.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Frederick
You
remembers him.
you uh do you remember what your least favorite pick was?
For John. Sorry, like I said, I write those fast.
Ramondre
Ramondre,
Stevenson.
yeah. I'm not
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
But
Um,
I mean, this is a high end running back. It's
it
just
is.
they drafted. If they didn't have Zeke on the team, do you think that you would have said that?
I think I would have given John a little more grace if they hadn't made it like a thing to go out and get Kareem Hunt trying out for him and then actually
Yeah,
signing Zeke.
yeah,
And Ramondre Stevens last year was like, I'm getting tired. Like I don't want to work this hard. So of course they're gonna get a running back that they can run into the ground.
yeah.
So I don't love the value of Ramondre at where did John take him in like the third round?
Ramondre. Is that right? I have it pulled up here. I can look up
Yeah, he
third
went 35
round.
overall, third
Yeah,
round
I
pick.
guess the very end of the third round is not a bad spot for him.
No, it's probably about right, but I just don't like Patriots running backs. Never have, unless it's LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We get into also midway commercial break.
sure.
See that, George Remus? This is from Cookie. Cookie got
Oh
me
yeah,
this for a bet that we made last year. Cookie, I tried it when you gave it to me. I got it on some ice now, couple fingers worth. That's good. That's good stuff. Ooh. Okay.
nice.
So that is our halfway through. I don't even know how many we've done, but we're halfway through, and we are on to the Iowa corn stalks, who you gave a C.
How did I treat Rizzo?
You gave him a C.
Let's see.
Uh, I believe that you said absolutely love the wide receivers on this team.
Yeah, I
Once
stand
they're
by
all
that.
healthy and under contract.
Yeah. Well, Mike Evans, I think he's got Mike Evans, right? He might not even play if he doesn't get signed, or if they don't restructure whatever he's got going on.
That's
But
music to my ears.
yeah. Oh yeah, because you have Godwin, right?
Oh, I took him on purpose, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike Evans has got some contract stuff happening behind the scenes that I
Yeah,
want.
I think that they'll do it. I mean, they need him so bad on that team.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
whether or
He's
not
earned it.
I
Um,
mean, if they brought in Baker Mayfield and they're just gonna go like tear this thing down, we're gonna go like to the nubs, we're gonna lose, and then we're gonna rebuild. That's the only way that I don't see him getting a contract.
oh, I know. Yeah, I'd be shocked if they don't work that out by
Yeah,
the end of the week. I hate Rizzo's running backs so much. Oh my
but
god.
he invested so much into wide receivers.
I know. Yeah, and he did. And he went out and he got good wide receivers and he
Yep,
got a good quarterback. So
yep.
I mean, something's gonna suck, and it looks like it's running backs.
I mean,
Uh,
if your first three picks are Justin Jefferson, Josh Allen, and Chris Olave, like I love that first three rounds. It's just
yeah, I do too.
Brees Hall and David Montgomery are boom bust to me. Like they're either going to have really good seasons or be average at best.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Brees Hall looks like opening
Yeah.
week for the Jets.
I
I mean,
mean,
maybe.
you had him last year and he
Oh,
got
I love
you
it.
how many weeks?
I had him for 6 weeks. I think is. I
Did he
think he.
get hurt in the 6th week?
Yeah, well, yeah, he got hurt on like the third play of that 6th week, and he still
Yeah.
got 20 points.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was God. He's
He's
one of those guys that can get you like
mm.
an 80-yard touchdown just out of nowhere at any point.
I
I
mean,
love
he
it.
could easily be the next Saquon Barkley, where it's like Saquon got hurt, everyone dismissed him. He went later in the draft,
Yeah, he's got a
and then
similar. If you look up like draft profiles, he's got a
mhm,
similar draft profile, I think, to what Saquon Barkley had.
yeah. And I mean, for what round do you think he went in? I'm looking it
I
up
think
right
he took him
now.
fourth. Just looking at his team, I think he took him fourth because
Okay.
it
Brees
had to
Hall
have
was
been.
the 12th pick in the fourth round.
Yeah, because
As we say, he gave him the honors over Jerry Judy in the fifth, which
okay.
I will stand by is a terrible pick.
Well, he was hurt when we drafted.
I know that's why it's a terrible pick.
Yeah.
Let me read you a little ditty. After that went Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson. He could have taken Drake London, which I think he traded for
Yeah, which
anyways.
now he has. Yeah.
Ayuk
Thanks,
was
John.
there. Like you're talking about McLaurin was still there. Those are just a few, and then I took Lockett after that too. Like those are just a few. I was not gonna touch Judy with a 10-foot pole because of the injury, but that was also like the day before. And when you got kids, I'm sure you're
Yeah, I
not
think that
catching up
happened
on
on
stuff.
like the Thursday before the
Yeah.
weekend or
Oh
something.
yeah. It was like 2 or 3 days old.
Yeah, it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
fresh.
Yeah. Mike Evans in there as well. Yeah, I think that he like Josh Allen. I'm so excited to watch this
Oh
year.
yeah, Josh Allen was a good pick.
Justin Jefferson. I do you think Justin Jefferson, if you had the first overall pick, who would you have taken other than Bijan?
It was a tie for me between Jefferson. Well, God, it was really between like four people. If it wasn't Bijan, it was going to be CMC
Mm-hmm.
or the other consensus two, which were Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I didn't see. I just, for whatever reason, I was staring down Jamar Chase myself, and I just don't see him as being like that caliber of a player. I hope that I'm
Oh, I
wrong.
think he is.
I hope that I'm wrong. I know that he was hurt, and I just think that that team has so many good weapons
I
that
know. Yeah.
like they're gonna spread the love, and I think that he will be a great first round pick. I think that he's not a first six. That's just me. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
take him.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah. Your least favorite pick, Jerry Judy, as we talked
Yep.
about.
As we discussed. Yep.
Yep.
He's hurt. I mean, I'd feel way better about that if I knew he was going to be on the field like in
For
any
sure.
capacity for the
For
first month,
sure.
and we don't even know that.
Yeah. We'll see what it ends up being, but I think, if he's healthy, if he's not injury ridden, uh he'll be great. Because it's his third or fourth year, I think. I don't think he's too old in the.
Yeah, I think it's like his fourth year. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
that
I'm gonna
that sounds
quote you on
right.
that. Team Christian until I effed your mom got a C minus.
Yeah, I yeah,
Your favorite pick was not CMC, which he took in the first. It was who he took in the second, I
it was
believe.
Joe Mixon then. Yeah, I
Joe
love Joe
Mixon.
Mixon in the second. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the fact that he fell to him.
Well, it wasn't even like if you're looking at like consensus rankings, Cookie reached for him, which I think is
Really?
preposterous.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well,
Yep.
maybe it's because wasn't Mixon a player that hadn't signed a contract until like 3 weeks ago? Like he
Yeah. I
signed it
don't.
well before we drafted, but I think like the consensus had not reached its peak yet.
Yeah. I don't know why that quote unquote experts were down on him because
He's gonna be
he
great.
has no one working behind him anymore.
No,
Oh, it's because he averaged a career worst 3.9 yards per carry, so he wasn't very efficient.
but he
Whatever. I
catches a
don't
bunch
care.
of balls.
Yeah, he does, and that offense is good. I mean, I've always been an advocate for like as long as your offense is good and you're the running back on that team, like you're gonna get
Huh.
opportunities.
Yeah, I think that like I'm looking at it right now, and they're thinking that he'll catch like 5 passes a game, which if you
Yeah, I
think about
mean,
that,
Joe's
guaranteed
the
floor.
guy. Yeah, Joe's the guy who hung like 55 points on me last year in one game.
Yep,
I'll never forget
three
that.
touchdowns. Yeah,
It was like five.
no, was it
Let me look
really?
at it. I'm sure that game is on the
Oh my
most
god.
recent
Yeah,
game
yeah.
log.
Complete status. I can look it up right now.
So
Uh,
yeah, he had four rushing touchdowns,
my god,
one receiving touchdown for 55 points.
that's ins. You
Me
can't come
and
back
me,
from that.
no, I didn't. Me, Cookie, and John were all at Kingdom Buffet, and I
You
just anger ate so much food.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
John like started off like kind of like saying like I'm sorry, and then like he just stopped and like enjoyed it.
that's pretty good. Your least favorite pick? Do you remember?
On John's team
Yeah,
or on Cookie's team.
yeah.
Um,
Pittman.
oh Pittman because I hate Michael Pittman. You guys
You
or you
do?
and I made a bet on that last year, I believe.
What did I owe you?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I
wait,
think we
wait,
bet
wait,
like
wait,
ten
wait, wait,
bucks.
wait. I have it right here. Over under Pittman 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Did he not get that?
No.
Also, I just have it as it's a bet. I don't even know what we bet. It just says,
Well, you won
okay,
the bet.
ready for this? Ready for this?
Or I mean, I won the bet. Well, let's leave it at that.
Wait, did I win the bet last year?
No, I won the bet. Sorry, I
Yeah,
misspoke. Yeah, Michael Pittman did not get that.
this is what I wrote down. Just bet.
Just bet.
Nothing that's on there. Just bet.
Yeah. No, Michael Thomas is on a horrible offense. He's a good player, but I
But
mean,
now, I mean, he has a scrambling rookie quarterback. I
who's not exactly known for his accuracy.
No, I agree, but I think we've seen teams before where if you really only have one person to throw it to and they're
Yeah,
good at catching the ball, I think that you have a good chance of that person uh really having success just with workload.
yeah.
You know,
Sounds like you want to make another Michael Pittman bet, Bernard.
I would think about it. We'll talk about what our bet will be afterwards. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So Nick Scudamore, the man who got us the cabin, the person who we all should be thanking, the catcher of fish, the leader of men, Nick Scudamore. Your favorite pick for his team, do you remember?
Yeah, it was Nick Chubb because I
It's
wanted
a
Nick Chubb.
great pick.
Yeah, I think that
It's a
was a
great
money
pick.
pick. Again, that's one of the guys that if you look at the expert rankings, that was a reach, but I do not think that was a reach.
I don't think it's a reach at all because he was the second half of the draft, wasn't he? He took him as the eighth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good pick.
Followed up by the Sun God.
Yeah. Oh God, the dude.
Mm,
Those two picks right there. Nick's gonna win a lot of games if both of them
yeah.
are good.
My least favorite pick. Let's see what your least favorite pick uh uh was
Oh, it's Brock Purdy,
Purdy.
100%.
Really?
You don't hate the Brock Purdy pick, Tim?
I think that he's gonna be bad. I so I guess I do.
Yeah,
What round did he take him though?
the ninth round.
I don't hate it at the ninth. Uh,
Well,
I think
read
that
my write up because I think I said who was available when Nick took him.
okay. Uh, Kirko, I think I would take him. Gino, I would take him over Gino, or I would take Kirk over Purdy, Gino over Purdy, Aaron Rodgers over Purdy. Hey, thank you, Dak Prescott over him.
Yeah,
Ross, no. Goff, oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Dude, that would have been a
somewhere
dirty
around there.
stack for him. I feel like that's a missed opportunity to not have Goff and the Sun God
I
just
think he
swinging
still
it
can,
around.
right? Well, I guess almost all quarterbacks got taken because I honestly feel that there was a point in about the eighth round of the draft where people started to realize that I didn't have a quarterback and everyone else did. And people like fucking just took quarterbacks just to be like, Tim's not getting this
Who
one.
yeah,
Tim's not getting this one.
you
Like,
had to have had a plan. Who were you targeting going into that waiting so long?
so
Who was your guy?
I thought that I would get Kirk Cousins in the last round.
Okay.
I wanted Kirk because it's an air raid offense. If I wasn't gonna get him, I thought I'm gonna try to pair with whoever I have, which for me was Waddle. So I was gonna take Tua in like
And
the
then Rob took Tua. Yeah.
11th, 12th. No. I was gonna take Tua kind of early for me, which was like the 10th round. Tua got taken in the seventh, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. That's early
I'm
for
sorry,
me.
the eighth round. The eighth
Okay.
round, Tua got taken, and I was like, jaw open, like, what is going on right now?
What's happened?
That was my
This
player
isn't
that
part of the
won't
plan.
get drafted this year.
Yeah.
And so you know what? All of those people went, and I was still just like Dak and one more, and we'll be good. But yeah, I mean, I was shocked. There were people that had, I think there was more than one person that had three quarterbacks on their roster, and almost everyone had two, which blew my mind.
Yeah, we're a
Blew
team
my
that likes to
mind.
draft a lot of quarterbacks, or
I don't
we're elite.
remember that. I don't
Yeah, I do. There's
remember.
usually like a couple of teams that have like 2 or 3, and I'm always like, why?
Yeah, but we're talking about like Geno Smith getting taken in like the 10th. He could be really good, but now you have
Yeah.
a backup. You have Geno Smith as your backup quarterback that you took over so many people. Yeah, Kirk Cousins was up there as well. Yeah, I agree. I think Brock Purdy is not my favorite pick for this, but I think Keenan Allen is my least favorite pick for him.
Just because he's getting old, is that it?
So I think
Love
there's
Keenan Allen.
no. I think that there's this ongoing conspiracy between myself, Luke, and Keenan Allen that every
Yeah.
season that I take Keenan Allen, he gets hurt right away. And
Every
every
time
season
Luke
that
has
Luke
him,
takes him, he's great all
I know.
season.
I've
Uh
noticed that too. Yeah.
yes, and so that's why I hate the pick. I think that he's going to be wonderful. I
Yeah.
think that he could be really good. I think that I took that quarterback or that running back in I took Austin Eckler on the Chargers because I think that that will be a top 5 offense. And it's
Yeah.
only going to be a top 5 offense with him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it's a good pick, but I fucking hate it. I think my favorite pick, I mean, Chubb is great. I think that he took him at a good spot. My favorite is Pacheco.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Pacheco is going to be so like I think it's going to be Pacheco and McKinnon, and I think McKinnon will be like a little flex back, and I think Pacheco is just going to run people over until they
I
bleed.
hope you're
Like
right. I like watching that guy
I
run. Reminds me
love
of
watching
Marshawn
him.
Lynch.
Yes, you know what? I love Marshawn Lynch, and that is who he. Yes, I hope that he drives golf carts out on the field. I hope he does all of it. Yes, but I think C minus was
A little harsh.
a little low. But I would agree that like Brock Purdy could be a person that you could drop week 2.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there
I
might be a chance that you just drop him and then your quarterback is Anthony Richardson, who
yeah.
you also might drop week 2. So
The quarterback situation on Team Scud Missile is not good.
yeah. And so that's why I think that maybe I would hike him up to a C plus, but a C minus is still right in that realm. But it's only because of that. I think other than that, like Dallas Goddard, whatever. Like
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah. That
He's
Philly offense is gonna be
Yeah,
really
I
good.
think
I
I
think
think he's
everybody's
going
gonna
to
be
be
successful over
absolutely
there.
serviceable. I think
Yeah.
that you won't have to change tight ends this year.
No, I don't think
Great.
so either.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we get into so that was Scud. We get into draft day disaster.
Okay, that's Bastion. All right.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. What did I give Bastion?
You gave him a D plus.
Yeah.
We're
That should
talking
probably
about
be a little lower.
A D plus team that has Derrick Henry and Mahomes on it.
Okay. Yeah, but
And
that's it.
Kyle Pitts.
Oh, you think Kyle Pitts is good?
No, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I
No,
don't think
it's
he's D plus bad. I also think if we're putting a little bit of energy out there, Bastion, trade Addison to me. Just do it. That's who I want. I can give you something for him, but just trade Addison.
he's gonna need Addison when Darius Tony gets hurt the first game.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Oh, I love it. But okay, run me through this D plus team.
Okay, so Bastion. Okay, look at this roster and try to tell me in what order the first like 4 picks went.
Oh, I love this. Okay. Um, I have to like, oh God. Oh God. Okay. So in my mind, looking at it, it's got to be Derrick Henry in the first,
Yep, he took Derrick in the first.
Patrick Mahomes in the second,
Yep, and then what? And then what? Who knows?
DK Metcalf,
Yeah, I think you're right.
Debo
Um,
Samuels, and then J.K. Dobbins,
yeah, where to get JK?
Jordan Addison afterwards. Like, but really, like, he could have also, in my mind, he could have also taken Patrick Mahomes in the first, and Derrick Henry falls to him in the second.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I also see like I like DK Metcalf, but I think I'm on a small island of I guess Tim's that like him.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's a really good player and he fell off the second half of last season.
Yeah, I was fully expecting DK to get to me in the third round,
Yeah,
and then T Higgins made it to me, so I'm like, well, fuck, I'd rather have T Higgins anyway. So
100%.
yeah,
100%. DK was a person that I was looking at in like the fourth, maybe.
yeah,
But like I don't think he would have dropped me anyways. And I'm glad that I got TJ Hawkinson. But
yeah. Oh, I
uh
agree. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd rather have
I
TJ.
why do you think he is draft day disaster? Also,
Tim's hard on him. Bastion's hard on himself. I mean, I
yeah.
don't, I don't know if this was a complete disaster, but
He also didn't do a draft day analysis, did he?
yeah, I think he had to get back to the kids.
Mm,
He had had a
fair
long
enough.
weekend before
Fair
that
enough.
anyway, so I'm,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming Brooke probably wanted him home.
Yeah. So on his favorite pick, Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah,
least favorite pick, Debo Samuels.
yeah,
You
yeah.
think that he's washed up?
What did I say about him? I think I said some.
You said no longer the gadget guy that we all knew and loved from a few years ago. Now that CMC is in town, fair, fair. Wide receiver one designation in San Francisco. My current flex is Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk's the guy. Yep.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I guess that they used to utilize him so much as like a scat back and a wide receiver, and
Well,
now
he definitely
CMC
did
is
some more
back.
stuff out of the backfield than he does or was doing last year. Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah,
big Debo believer.
God,
I know he's like really athletic and stuff, but
mhm. I must just really, really love him as like that thought of what he was,
yeah, I mean
right?
he broke 20 points twice last year
Oof.
in 18
Twice, that's
games.
it.
That's
And
it.
what
And it
he
was
had
23 and 22.
did he have 4 games without CMC? I think CMC was traded like early, but like kind of mid-season.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was around like 6 or 7.
Yeah, maybe. I know it wasn't. I know he played like half a season with them.
Mhm.
So maybe it was right in there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Not a
Well,
Debo guy.
yeah.
Uh, yeah.
On this one, I mean Kyle Pitts, I think Kadarius Toney could be the steal of the draft. If
Oh
he
God,
is,
no, no, Tim. I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with you there. I
okay.
love the idea of Kadarius Toney,
Mm-hmm.
but the guy gets hurt picking up his helmet.
Okay. 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 I can give you that, but what if he didn't?
And what if he didn't? I think his ceiling is like 70 yards and a touchdown.
Oof.
I
That's what
don't
you think his ceiling per game is?
I think that's what his average is for a ceiling.
Okay. That puts him at 840 yards and like we'll give it 10 touchdowns.
Mm, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's not a bad flex then, I suppose. I
I
just worry
mean,
about that guy staying
is
on the
that
field.
not 905 if I've ever seen it?
I mean, that's.
I think our bet is
Did I
Kadarius
say
Toney.
70? I meant like 40 in a touchdown, like every 8 games.
Mm, mm. I'll take the over on that.
Yeah, I'm just not a Kadarius guy.
I'll take the over on 504.
Yeah, and I think he'd be smart to do so. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just a
I don't
gut
have a great
feeling.
reason as to why I don't like it. I just like I had Kadarius, I think, on my team his rookie season, or no, it was
Okay.
last year's rookie season.
It might be a little high in the 7th if he does end up being kind of
It's
blah.
a flyer pick. He's playing for upside. I can respect that.
Yeah,
Upside wins championships,
I
and
mean,
yeah,
he could be a second round pick next year, if not a first round pick, if he is like the next Hill,
yeah, yeah. And
which no one
he's
is,
fast
but yeah.
enough. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Our let's see, our next pick is insert clever name here, who you gave a solid D to.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Tell me who the first four picks were on this
Dude,
team.
this was watching this happen in real life
It was like a car crash. I'm
was
like, Rob, what are
my
you doing?
favorite. And just like the whole thing was beautiful. First of all, the team, it's got to be Hill first. Hill first round.
Yeah,
He's a
Hill
first
went
round
number
pick.
2 overall. Yep.
Hill? No.
Yeah.
Hill no. CMC did.
Oh yeah, number 3. I'm sorry, number 3 overall. I'm
No.
sorry. Yep.
I took him.
Second wide receiver.
Yes, maybe yes, second wide receiver, fourth overall, before Jamar Chase. Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Um, and so let's see here, Aaron Jones. Oh my God. Okay. I don't. Okay, it's got to be Aaron Jones in the second.
Yep,
But then
Aaron
is
Jones
it
in the second. And then
Damian?
who went in the third?
Is it Damian Pierce?
No.
Is it? I honestly, did he take a kicker? McPherson?
No, you're not gonna get it. It's George Kittle went in third.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He was the third quarterback off, wasn't he?
Third tight end.
Or
Yeah.
tight end. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Third tight end. Um,
And he could be really good. I'm not gonna say that he couldn't be really good. Rob
he
might have
has
had the
been
steal of
very
the draft
good.
there.
It is just whether or not he stays healthy.
Yeah. And oh my God, I'm looking at his last month of last year when Brock Purdy was starting.
Yeah.
25, 30, 12, 19.
Hey, good
That's
numbers.
good. Okay, I
And
didn't
Brock
realize.
Putty's there.
Yeah.
He may have
Okay,
done it
well,
to us.
might
He's
have been a
won
good pick,
before. He's
Rob.
won twice before.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, so for someone who's as decorated as Rob has been in this league, like you don't want to doubt him. But I remember thinking that because I was sitting right next to him, I was like, Rob, what the fuck are you doing?
He's got three quarterbacks: Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, and Tua, who he took in the eighth.
Yeah,
Um, Tua, I mean, might be great. He is that, as we put it, double cum shot with Tyreek Hill,
yeah,
Tua Tagovailoa. If you're
that'd
gonna
be
take your
fun.
shot on your guy, eighth is not the worst.
Yeah.
Also, one guy that I was a little salty that I didn't get, he has on this team, Christian Kirk. I think Christian Kirk
Oh yeah, I think he's
is,
still gonna have a big role over there too.
yeah, I mean, they have like a 1-2 punch over there for wide receivers, and I think he's like 1A, 1B. I think you can kind of throw up for those two guys, but
Hmm.
uh yeah, he's great. He is great. They paid him a bunch of money to be
Right,
over there.
yeah. That's just
Yeah.
it. It's like the guy's getting paid. They're gonna make sure he's on the field a bunch.
Yeah, and I mean, it's him and Zay Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, Zay Jones is number 3, and then Kelvin is probably gonna start off as wide receiver 2,
Yeah,
and then
sure.
Evan Ingram is gonna work somewhere out there.
Yeah, but then I mean, you also have, yeah, it's there's so much going on over there. They're going to be a good team. They're going to be a fine team.
Yeah,
But
I just think it's gonna be hard to like.
he's
It's
so
gonna be like throwing a dart. You don't really
yeah.
know. Yeah, who's gonna have the big game?
Yeah, I mean, this one for me, I think that I mean, Dalvin Cook could be great. Odell Beckham Jr. could be great. Uh And then, KJ Osborne, I think sneaky good pick. I was
Oh,
actually a little salty that I didn't get him, but he took him very early in this draft as well
mm-hmm.
for who's probably going to be. the third wide receiver on this team with Addison coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But he had a very successful year last year.
he did. Yeah, he was really good last year, and I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be on the field a lot this year. So I like KJ a lot. I'll be rooting for him as a Vikings fan first off, but
Heck yeah.
yeah, I think he's gonna be good in fantasy too.
You have one last team. You didn't give anyone an F this year.
No, I thought about giving Dale one just like for sport, but I don't think Dale's team need. I honestly, and Frederick said this on the Discord. If Cup was healthy, this is probably
Yeah.
way closer to an A.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think that you're wrong at all. I support him in his name to a girls one cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you have, I mean, Cooper Cup, how many weeks do you think he's out?
I don't know if he's coming back this year.
Shut up.
Dude, he was in Minnesota seeing a specialist yesterday.
Well,
I mean those hamstring injuries are bad.
yeah, they just don't come back from him very well at all. But I agree. If you had a healthy Cooper Cup and you have a healthy Tony Pollard. I think
Mhm.
that you have and Gibbs. Gibbs is far and
We don't know
away.
what Gibbs is yet. Gibbs is a little bit like
I
Bijan.
think
We don't
that
know
he's going to be
exactly what
great.
that's going to look like
I
yet.
think that he's going to be great.
Yeah.
I also love DJ Moore on Chicago. I love that.
Yeah, you do like. You've always
I
liked DJ Moore.
love DJ Moore. But the thing that I love more than DJ Moore is the fact that he has Justin Fields and DJ Moore
I know.
as
I
that
love
1-2
it. I
punch.
love these stacks. I love seeing
No,
people
and
stack their players.
that is a good semi-cheap stack. Like you got to get it in the
Yeah.
right way. But both those players are like mid-tier guys. You didn't spend up for your Jalen Hurts or your Josh Allen or your
Mhm.
Mahomes. You got
Yeah.
quality a little bit later, and you were able to get the wide receiver that he's gonna be seeing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's I Sky Moore might be a great pick on there as well.
Could
I
be.
don't think Michael Thomas knows his own name anymore. Like
Yeah.
he is just out of
Hey,
it. I
he only
He's
had leg
lost it.
injuries. He's
He's
fine.
lost it.
Yeah. We haven't seen
I think he's a head case. I think I don't
yeah.
I know that he had leg issues. I think those guys that are on that high of a um that like he was the best person at being a receiver in NFL history one year. And then he
He had the
became
most
the
receptions. Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
like you go from one to the other. I think those guys just become just like I don't know who I am anymore if it's not a great receiver.
Yeah. It's weird how he just fell off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's not wrong. If Cup ends up coming back like week 4, week 5, like if they
Yeah.
put him on the pup and he's back like mid-year and he gets if he wins 50% of his games before Cup comes back, I think
Yeah.
that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think he's right.
Yeah. That
I think
that G
without him,
minus
it's too.
grade that I gave Frederick, I think is really more of a how I felt about how he handled the first round kind of thing. This team
Yeah.
isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, but I do think that it has a glaring hole in it without Cup. Like Tony
Yeah.
Pollard, I think is going to be good. I don't know that he's going to be league winning good. I think
No.
that
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
he's
high on
missing that
Pollard coming
crown
into the
jewel.
draft, but
He's missing that crown jewel to
yeah.
me at least. And that was you have anything to wrap up? I mean, you had just like you said, favorite pick Tony Pollard, least favorite pick Cooper Cup
Yeah.
for that. But do you have anything else that you want to say? Like anything that you didn't say that you want to say in your commissioner draft?
No, I guess just a kind of a pattern that I saw is that I haven't seen in other years is I feel like everybody's team is much more balanced than we have
Mm,
seen in the last year. It seemed like everybody kind of went they got their studs or whatever they were going to draft, whether that be like wide receiver or running back in the first round, and they just kind of loaded up on they got their hero players, so to speak,
yeah.
whether that and then they just kind of loaded up on all the other positions and then went back to get their secondary guys for whoever they drafted in the first, which I thought was interesting. It seemed like everybody kind of had the same strategy. Did you feel like that?
Yeah, I thought that we had, just like you said, there wasn't a super run of running backs. There wasn't a
Right.
super
There's
run
always like a
of
weird
wide
run on running backs.
receivers. I was super happy to get, like, I thought when I saw personally when I saw three quarterbacks or three tight ends go off in the first three rounds, like
Mm-hmm.
once I saw that it was George Kittle going off in the third, I thought that that was going to be like a, oh shit, if George
Mm-hmm.
Kittle is gone, I got to get whoever, because
Right.
I thought that we wouldn't be taking tight ends for 2 rounds. And that didn't quite happen either. I mean, if you look at it, there's one tight end around for a while, which I think is very regular. But overall, I think the one thing that surprised me was quarterbacks. And I
Just
think
how they
I
didn't go.
No, I think that they went super early and quick.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I've
okay,
I've reached for quarterback earlier than I have in the past with Lamar at the end of the third. And I
yeah,
think, yeah.
yeah. I mean, so you tell me this. We have in the third round, the first pick of the third round, Josh Allen, great pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Jalen Hurts in that third round as well, really good pick. Fourth round, you have Jamar and you have Trevor Lawrence in a row. Think those are
Oh,
both
Lamar, right? Lamar Jackson and
Oh, sorry.
Trevor.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yep. Lamar Jackson and Trevor Lawrence. And then you have Joe Burrow in the fifth, which I think is pretty low for him. Justin Fields, and then Herbert, all great picks in the fifth. But
No,
then
they were basically all gone by the end of the fifth round.
right.
Then you were just kind
But
of
then
waiting.
I'm thinking like we're good. And then you have Deshaun Watson and Tua going in the eighth, which I thought
Yeah, but you
was
were probably never really expecting to target
no,
those. Well, Tua, you said you were interested in, but
Purdy in the ninth.
yeah,
Too early. But yeah, that's when I just knew I'm taking somebody at the end, and Dak was there. So
right. Yeah,
yeah. I'm not mad about it. Before we get into our matchups for this week, I actually have one more host, or not a host, sorry, one more sponsor. That sponsor comes to us not from Costco, but from a product that they have. We
perfect.
got Costco hot dogs.
Nice.
Bad day to
Oh,
be a hot dog.
can you
Look
buy
at
that at Costco?
Oh yeah. This
Nice.
was my very loving brother-in-law got me this present. Bad day to be a hot dog because he
That's
knows
awesome.
I
That is
love a
awesome.
Costco hot dog. Love it. So now that we have Costco hot dogs as our sponsor out of the way, we can get into this week's matchup. I love to always start with the person that I have on. So you are against Don't Hassle the Hoff. You were saying earlier that you love this matchup just because it's the right week.
Right. Yeah. I think they got Dan favored by almost 10 points last I looked. But
You are correct.
yeah, sounds like Kelsey might not play, and if he does, he won't be at 100%. Same with McLaurin. I like my chances.
I think that you're absolutely right on both parts. Also, Dan has yet to secure a second tight end. So like he's going to be picking up just whoever's on the waiver wire if Kelsey's not playing. Also, he will have plenty of time to figure it out and do so because Kelsey plays on Thursday.
Thursday night. Yeah.
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 So he'll be able to bench him and figure out what it is, but we'll see what that ends up being. I don't think that the tight end landscape out there is very good at
There's,
all.
there's a couple of rookies I'd be interested in. That
Right.
Laporta out of Iowa. He's playing Thursday night too. Maybe you could just plug him in.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, he's got a couple of options. No one's going to be as good as Kelsey, though. I mean,
No, and I think that he's lucky that this is a Thursday night game and not a Sunday night game because if he is questionable, you don't put
Right.
somebody in
That's the
Sunday
worst. It's
day.
like you have like a Monday night player that's questionable all week, and all of a sudden you have to like
Right.
all your players are locked, and you can't
Right. And
even.
now you have three options, maybe, and
Yeah.
all of them might get 4 touches. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, we've already pretty much gone through the teams, but I think this one is going to be awesome to watch. I do wish that it was a little bit more competitive. As long as McLaurin plays, I think it'll be pretty competitive. Because I think your teams like maybe Evan Ingram blows up, but I think that
Yeah.
if you take Kelsey out, it's going to be I give you maybe a 5 point advantage.
Yeah.
You know,
My dark horse here is going to be Cam Akers. I'm really
mm-hmm.
excited slash nervous to see what that usage looks like.
Who
I don't want it to be like week 1 of last year for him, where like he got into the field for like 3 snaps and that
Yeah,
was it.
yeah.
That
Uh
was
do
crazy.
you who do you think on your team you will tilt the hardest about week 1 if they don't have a good week 1? Is
Oh,
it
Bijan. Bijan.
would
Yeah.
you be looking for trade offers week 1 for Bijan if he
If he
puts
doesn't
up five
lead, if
points?
he doesn't lead the team in touches, he's either on the bench or on somebody else's team.
Oh my god, I love it. I will be there for that.
Okay. Well, we'll
Okay.
be waiting for you.
That is amazing. So you put yourself in the winner's circle in this week, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm taking
Correct.
this one.
Okay. What do you think the score is going to be?
156 to 76.
You're going to lap him? You're going
Correct.
to lap him by 4 points?
Correct. I don't think Dijon. I don't think Deshaun Watson is it. Um,
Dude.
Najee's not gonna score, so he'll probably get like 6 points. Uh, James Conner might be done after the first series.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
Kelsey's not playing. McLaurin's not playing. Who else does he have? Who are his wide receivers? Is it Amari?
He's got Adams, Cooper, yeah, and McLaurin.
Okay, so maybe Devontae Adams puts up half the points,
Yep.
and then the other ones are gonna just kind of scrape together
Oh my
up to
god,
that 76 mark.
that is
I'm worried about Dan's team this week.
you mean playing you or that they won't score points?
Just that they're not going to score any points, and he's going to be in last place after week 1.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I believe that I'm the second highest ranked for making the playoffs after Luke, and I think that he's the third. But let's
Yeah,
go
ESPN's usually wrong on that.
yeah, they are. King of the Hill, Josh Crowley versus Chasing the Purple Jacket, Luke Leibovich. They have
Ooh,
Luke at
that's a good
100.
matchup.
It's
I
a
think I
great
had
matchup.
them. Yeah, that's a good matchup. God darn it.
Uh, so 123 to 116 being Luke as the victor is what they have.
Okay, I have Luke
Um,
winning too, just because I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy.
yeah, Josh Jacobs, Chase Hurts. I mean, it's a star-studded team. I think that Crawley has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, that'll probably be the game of the week. Honestly, I'll
Yeah,
say I bet it's like 130 to 135.
awesome. I think Garrett Wilson could be the crown jewel in Crawley's team. And if he
Yeah,
does, and Rashard White puts up 15 points, I think that this is going to be something. And Ridley has to show up.
yeah.
Ridley
Yeah,
has to show up.
he's got some exciting players to watch because I
God,
really
boom
want to see
bust.
what Ridley looks like too, and
Yeah,
obviously Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers throwing to him now. That'll be a
yeah.
fun Sunday for Crawley.
Oh yeah. I think that that in this whole matchup, I think it is Calvin Ridley that is my tilt player. After week
Yeah,
1, you might be looking to sell him because it doesn't look good. Christian, until I'm after your mom. and Two a Girls One Cup. Definitely the most vulgar title in the
Oh
world.
God, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can even bring that scoreboard up at work.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, but this is the one. No, sorry. This one it is 120 to 115. Josh Frederick, aka Dale, has the upper hand on this one. I think uh I am going to.
Do they have Cup still active? Like,
They
is he getting
do.
points? Okay.
They do, which is why I think that I take him down a peg. Even though I think that he easily puts in one of two other guys to get, I don't know, 50% of the points that he would have. So I think that this one, what do you think the score might be for this one? You have Joe Burrow versus Justin Fields, McCaffrey, Mixon. You have Watson, Pittman, Andrews. You have star-studded on Tim Anderson. I think a good team, but Pollard,
Mhm.
Gibbs, maybe Cup, probably not. More Sanders, Higby. I think that this one I'm gonna give to Tim Anderson. Cookie.
Yeah, I think I give this to Tim too. I love McCaffrey, especially week 1 when he's like, he's
Oh,
healthy.
oh,
Um,
he's chomping at the bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a little worried about what Christian Watson's usage is gonna look like, but
I think that they're gonna want to go out and show that they are going to be a great team. So I
yeah,
think
Justin Love, or Jordan Love, I'm not a believer in yet,
I'm
but
not either, but
yeah,
I
I mean,
think I
prove me
think that they're
wrong.
gonna want to say like we don't need Rogers. Like we can do this without him. So I think that they're gonna try to do some really big stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Mark Andrews could also be Mark Andrews and McCaffrey along with Burrow.
Yeah, and Mark Andrews is playing
Yeah,
Houston, so he's gonna have a day.
yeah.
I do think that Frederick's team has more upside, even without Cooper Cup in the lineup, just with Pollard and Gibbs. I mean, each of those
And
guys could
Justin
put up.
Fields. I
And
mean,
Justin Fields, yes, yeah, thank you. With obviously Justin Fields too.
right,
Um,
against Green Bay, this is
yeah,
Chicago versus Green Bay, week
yeah,
1. He might try to just run in 3 touchdowns himself.
yeah. I'll be interested to see what the game script on that looks like.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I love week 1. There's just like there's so much
The
excitement
unknown.
with all of these
Yeah.
players.
So who do you give it to? Which one? Cookie or
I think
Dale?
Cookie. I think I'm gonna do Cookie just
I
because
I think that it's
Christian
close, but I give
yeah,
it to Cookie.
and I think that Cleveland Cincinnati game is gonna be high scoring, so he's gonna get all of the points from Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon
Yeah.
in some way or
Um,
another.
I am looking at your brother, John Strife, and Tim Bestian. They are as uh 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 they have it right here on ESPN, point
Oh my
one
god, it's like
points
tied.
apart. It's point
Yeah.
one points. It's 118.9 to 118.8. I am so excited for this one. And I think that this one is stellar. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
perfect.
agree. It's gonna be a good matchup.
I think Diggs and Metcalf are great to look at. J.K. Dobbins and Madison are very like squared off. I
Mhm.
mean, Ramondre might be on par with an early season Derrick Henry because everyone knows early season Derrick Henry is
It's slow.
okay.
Yeah, he's
He
okay.
hasn't hit, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you have Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence might be the real deal.
Oh
I
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so really down both these lineups, there is so much quality. I think the one thing that I'm looking at is I Kadarius Tony, I think outperforms Dotson. Uh
Oh, you do?
I
Yeah, I
do.
definitely don't.
I do.
Against Dotson against Arizona? Oh, he's gonna scorch them, Burgart.
I you know, I think that no matter who Kansas City goes up against Thursday night, first game of the season, they are going to obliterate. And remember, Kansas City might not have their number one weapon.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That
That's
definitely
true.
puts
So
Kadarius up
Kadarius
there.
Toney, yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
suddenly is you don't have that relief valve of like 5 yards to Kelsey and 10 yards to Kelsey over and over again. You have to make some really great plays. And Patrick Mahomes to Kadarius Toney is why I give it to draft day disaster
Yeah, you
bastion.
like the stack, huh?
I love
I
the stack, except
I
especially when it's a 4 stack.
yeah. I I tend to almost agree with you because I'm looking at the matchups that John has, and
Hmm.
I hate them. Ramondre Stevens is going
Hmm.
against Philly.
Yep.
I think that's a
Tough.
bad matchup.
Tough.
Stephon Diggs going against New York Jets. That's a bad
I
matchup.
think New York Jets are my number one defense this year.
Yeah, CD
Yeah,
Lamb's
they're
got the New York
tough.
Giants, so he'll
Yeah.
probably eat them up. But
Yep.
and I really like Jahan Dotson against Arizona. But the rest of those matchups kind of scare me a little bit. I
No,
know
I
that
agree.
Indy. I think Trevor Lawrence had bad games against Indy last year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's a new year. We'll see what happens, but
Yeah,
uh because I mean Trevor Lawrence also had a bad first 4 games of the season. It seems
yeah,
like they just like completely rewrote the script after like 4 games and did it up different. So we'll see
hmm
what that looks like, but I still give it to Tim Besham. But I do think
yeah.
this one comes
I'm
down to
going Bestian just based off of the matchups.
okay.
I like John's team better, but I think that Bestian
Mhm.
has better matchups.
It will be fun to see. I'm just looking through a kicker versus Stefan Diggs for Monday night to
Yeah.
solidify this one. Will be
I
fun.
hope I hope that game is like I hope that game on Monday night matters for this matchup.
Right? It has to, right? It
Yeah,
should. Yeah. Um so then you have Scudamore, Robbie Murray, Scud Missile, another one, never change the name. Great name.
yeah, that's the
Insert clever
yeah,
name
and he
here.
never should.
Yeah, insert clever name here. Uh, right here, you have another one that's pretty close. You have 116.8 for Robbie Murray versus
Yeah.
Nick Scudamore at 110. I put this one, I mean, just looking down, it's hard for me to say that I support Robbie Murray in how he
Rob's
drafted,
I
but it
Rob
actually
Rob
looks
was
fine.
that was the most bizarre draft that I've ever seen.
It looks pretty
I
good
mean, I
though.
loved it, but it was just chaos. I mean,
Yeah, I think I have to go with Scudamore here, even though he's the
yeah, same.
underdog.
I
And
think Tyreek Hill is gonna have, like, a 40-point day, but I'm worried about basically everyone else on Rob's roster, and I like
I
Nick.
mean, we could also be
I
just
would keep Brock
absolute
Purdy out of there, though, against Pittsburgh. Nick,
yeah.
don't start Brock Purdy.
But then again, he gets points for every time that George Kittle gets points. And so there's that
Yeah, but
George
not as
Kittle
much.
cross, not as much, but I think that we could be singing Rob's praises for George Kittle because there's a chance that it's his number one and number two scoring players are Hill and Kittle.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
I see Chubb, St. Brown, Allen, and
Yeah,
Pacheco on the other side of the ball. And
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm there. And I actually love Kenneth Walker for Seattle. I do think
At
that
least early, right? You
early.
probably don't like him for a season long, maybe, but,
No, I think
like,
A Chain will end up being someone that'll take time, but I don't think it'll be in the first half.
yeah, no, I don't either.
Yep. And so that brings us to my matchup. I am taking on Rizzo Rosinski. Once again, thank you, Rizzo, for making the travel up to Rochester. It's very kind of you to be a part of that as well. And it was fun to hang out with you. So uh in this one, I will say that I am going to sit on Jason's face and just rub it in
Yeah,
because
I don't think Jason's gonna enjoy this one for very long.
I will say my favorite 2 wide receivers in football right now. Maybe not in football, but the 2 people that I was actually looking for, if I could have taken Justin Jefferson in the first and Chris
Yep,
Olave in the second, I would have,
yep.
hands down.
Yeah, I think those were great picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so with us drafting so close to one another, I think that those were great picks. Austin Eckler is going to do great. Waddle, I think, as long as he is healthy and Tua doesn't get taken out of the game week 1,
Yeah,
we're
I
good.
feel like Waddle's value is kind of tied to Tua, which scares me a little bit. But I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
but
Tua's
last year
healthy
he
right
did
now.
great and he was tied to Tua as well. So I think Godwin might be the steal of the draft on my side.
Okay. Yeah.
Hawkinson, just I mean, if you're the only wide receiver over there,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. Hawkinson is my man. Uh I've had Tyler Lockett more years than not.
Oh my God. Yeah, you always have Tyler Lockett, and
And
he's always
he
done well for you, except for when you really need him.
Oh, that's the one, right? Is when he gets you close enough to win, and then it's like you can't be mad at him for 15 points, right?
Yeah.
But some
Yeah.
weeks he'll get 45, and other weeks he is on the field and he gets 0.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that he has a solid year this year.
I think he will. I'm a big Tyler Lockett believer. I'd
He's
rather have him than Metcalf.
I said it
So
at the draft. Like, I really think that getting him in like the 7th is the most underrated player because
yeah, no,
he
that's
does have
absurd.
huge
I'm looking at
upside.
his game log now, and like
Yeah,
he's good.
he's good. It's just whether or not he really like I think Geno Smith ended up being a great thing for Tyler Lockett.
I think
Like,
so too.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I think that he just ends up getting a lot more consistent targeting. Russell Wilson used to throw a great deep ball to him, but it
he
was
did.
boom or
Yeah.
bust. He could easily get 4 receptions for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns or 0.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking myself, of course, my favorite, and I think it's my favorite person right now to watch, and I also think it's my tilt player, Dak Prescott. I think that I could be really
He's
dropping
got a
Dak
good
Prescott.
matchup.
He's got a great matchup. I think that it's going to be as long as he does okay, I will be super confident. If he just like throws up a bummer in Baker Mayfield, I might be dropping him.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can because there's guys on the waiver wire still.
And I have my guy Baker Mayfield. We're
Yep.
fine.
Oh, do you have
Um
him on your team right now?
oh heck yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you had him on your team. Sorry, I
Oh,
can't see
I
the
picked
bench.
him up like that
Yeah,
night of the draft.
nice.
Um Josh Allen, Brees Hall, Montgomery, Jefferson, Olave, London, Kincaid. I mean, star studded. I think
Yeah,
Jason
it's
Rosinski is
everything on
going to have a
Rizzo's
great
team.
year.
Everybody on Rizzo's team is really good except for the
Yeah.
running backs, and the running backs aren't bad. We just don't know if they're good.
No, I mean, really, if David Montgomery can do stuff, if he can do what he did in Chicago, in Detroit, it's a
Yeah,
steal.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
steal.
yep.
And
The
he is a
very
good
high
player.
upside.
He is a good
Mhm.
player.
Yep.
Uh yeah. Well, that is what I have. I do have last year's D10 bet, the roll the dice bet, if you will.
Yeah.
We can always do that. You and I had talked about it earlier, starting a new tradition of having an annual just I'll make a trophy, or we can actually we'll put it on the Discord channel as what the trophy should be, what we should make, what we should do for it. But we want to do a survivor pool. And every week on this, we will shout out the people who make it and shun the people who don't. And it'll be fun to see. Like, I'm going to make a survivor pool where you can see who other people take. And so it'll all be online. I won't have to do anything. It's through poolhost.com. I'll send out that link right when I send this out as well. It'll be great. But would you like to? I'll give you 3 options. You can make up your own bet for this week. You can roll the dice, or you can call your shot on one of 3 things. I guess 4. We could also do a confidence pool pick this year or this week as well.
Let's do um a roll the dice.
Roll the dice it is. Give me 1 second. Actually, do I have? I know I always had it right here. Excuse me for 1 second.
Otherwise, we could just do. Oh,
Bad day to be a hot dog. Okay, so I have a 10-sided dice. It is highest starting QB, defense, and kicker, highest total bench, most all positions, passes caught, most all positions, running attempts, most all positions, touchdowns, longest single play, reception or rush, longest field goal, my favorite, lowest total starting and bench, lowest starting, lowest amount of yards allowed for the defense, very cool one, and lowest starting QB, defense, and kicker. You ready?
yeah.
We have a 10, which is the lowest starting QB, defense, and kicker. It is the
Kind
perfect
of a
way.
bummer for week one.
Perfect way to start out the year.
Nice.
Perfect
So
way.
$5 to get in on that, Tim.
$5. The survivor pick is free. It is just going to be a traveling trophy that goes year after year. We will talk about it in the Discord because I think that it would be fun not only for us, but if you wanted wives, parents, siblings, if we blew this thing up a little bit before Thursday and had like 20 people in a survivor
Oh, that
pool,
would be so
50
fun.
people, it would be
Yeah,
super cool.
that'd be
If
so
you don't
fun.
know what I'm talking about for a survivor pool, you get to pick one team each week. Once you've used a team, you can't use them again. If your team loses, you are out for the year.
Or until everybody loses, right?
No, it's
No.
there's only one winner. Highland rules. There's only
So
one.
what if everybody like picks like the same team for like 1 week and there's only one guy left at like week 6 or something?
That dude won.
Okay,
That
we don't
dude
we don't
won.
start over.
Nope.
Okay,
There can only be one.
all right. Once it's done, it's done.
And they get the trophy. I'm
Okay.
thinking I'm gonna make something by hand. It's gonna be fun. I've done it before with like a 6 barrel, an empty 6 barrel that's painted gold that has like the traveling trophy that you can sign on the side of it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that is
Nice.
yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And
Okay.
do you have any notes to leave off on? Commissioner
No,
notes?
let's have a great season, guys. I'm looking forward to week one.
Week 1. Let's I won't be down there for week 1 this week. But let's find I have every other weekend off.
Okay.
It's not this weekend, but it's next weekend, and then that rotating pattern. But I will try to get down a couple of times this year for us to do like a Buffalo Wild Wings or just somebody's house,
Yeah.
like something simple, just getting together. Crowley
Right.
always does a
Yeah. It
good
doesn't have
thing.
to be fancy.
Yeah.
It'd be fun though.
Cool.
All
Okay.
right.
You stay sexy and remember to live, laugh, love. That's right, buddy. Okay.
All
Love
right.
you. I'll talk to you
See you
soon.
later, Tim. Love you, buddy.
See ya. Bye.